Hello, I'm Catherine,
I'm Rohin.
And my name is Xavier.
and we are Candid, creating a more informed democracy.
This past presidential election cycle may have had the highest voter turnout in more than a century, but based on knowledge of historic trends, we know that in odd years of only local elections, voter turnout and engagement drop significantly. This is important because these elections decide who fills critical positions like school board and sheriff, which affect issues like COVID response and racial justice. This graph, taking data from the Chicago Board of Election Commissioners, the Los Angeles City Clerk, the New York Board of Elections, and the Office of the Philadelphia City Commissioners, illustrates a very apparent trend in local voter turnout. If we focus on LA, for example, the turnout for the 1969 local election was at 76%. By 2013, the turnout rate dropped to 23%, almost a third of what it was. Looking at the graph, we can see similar trends at the other three cities. Besides lack of engagement in local elections, with the increased use of social media, potential voters are also susceptible to misinformation.
We talked to several eligible voters and came across a few main themes. Voters, especially young voters, are not satisfied with the information or tools that are available. They don't have the time to sift through tens of articles where the information may not even be accurate or unbiased. More often than not, there is little to no information on local candidates for these busy voters to even find. Voters want something that is convenient and right at their fingertips, while simultaneously providing sufficient information to make informed voting decisions. We have come up with a solution that provides trusted information and saves voters valuable time, available at all times at any device. So, why are we doing this? Well, low local voter turnout causes opinions to not be accurately represented. In Los Angeles, only about 23% of the population vote in local elections. That means that a new policy only needs 13% of the population to pass a law. Think about that. That isn't even a quarter of the people living there. 70% of voters under 30 say that their main source of news is online, from either social media or a news app. As digital natives, we understand that voters, especially young, busy people, want their information to be digital and accessible at the touch of a button. We are providing these young voters with a digital tool that is convenient, accurate, and unbiased. Social media is not consistently relaying political issues accurately at a local or a national level. 18% of Americans receive their news from social media, and this segment of voters is less engaged and knowledgeable about political issues. Candid provides information on local politics without malicious intention or ulterior motives.
The basis of our project is simple. Our idea is to ask users questions to gauge their opinions on a variety of issues specific to their city and county, as well as general local government. From there, the algorithm processes their responses and matches them with city candidates that represent their ideas in the current election. To put it simply, we want to match users with compatible candidates to make choosing more efficient and accurate. We're turning paper voter guides digital the way GPS turned paper maps electronic. Right now, we're consulting expert pollsters to create impartial and objective questions, city clerks from the cities of Marietta and Carson to design the project according to the needs of municipalities, and a web designer to help build the final product.
To construct our website prototype, we went through a multi-stage ideation process. We started out by sketching out on paper what we wanted the website to look like, and then from there, we constructed a digital wireframe. Finally, we coded this to create our initial website prototype. Moving forward, we will use user testing to further refine the website and incorporate feedback from local government officials that we are meeting with, like city clerks and local election candidates, to make the most user-friendly and informationally accurate final product as possible. Once the user takes the assessment, their political views are quantified onto multiple numeric scales. These are then compared to those of the candidates, using an adjusted difference which accounts for specific political preferences displayed by the user. These differences can then be used to calculate the percentage match between the user and the candidates. To deploy Candid, we decided to white label the product. Rather than us creating each individual assessment for each city election, Instead, we would create an assessment template, which we could then distribute to the clerk's office. The clerk's job is to be impartial, and they have information on all the candidates, as candidates must register through them, making them the perfect person to adapt our assessment template to their specific city. This would allow for the efficient and effective deployment of Candid.
Thank you for your time and consideration.